you mentioned much earlier, you said, I think that you're going to be visiting a black site program coming up, or a black site coming up. And the question is both, what do you hope to achieve visiting? And secondly, the people who are running this, are they, forgive the term, madmen on the loose, or is there reasoning with people so that we can actually round this bend?
No, there are a lot of very, very good people trapped in that system, right? So you get pulled in. Let's say you're a young man or woman in your 20s, and you get read into something like this. Next thing you know, you're moving up the chain of command in it. But you think the whole time, because you're not at the level where you're going in and doing briefings for Congress or the president or the senior people at the Pentagon, you're thinking this project you're in is totally copacetic, legal. And it isn't. So the people, there are a number of those guys awakening to that now who want to help, and they're very good people. So the other thing that I tell people, you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You need to take each person as they are, see what their motivations are, extend a hand to them. This is how you create peace instead of just everyone in their corners fighting. And so that's what we're doing. And so now there's a risk of that. You know, I mean, it's a personal safety risk for me. But luckily, some of these guys, like I don't know if you were at the premiere for The Lost Century in July, a couple months ago, in LA. But, you know, if you saw how I was being moved around Los Angeles, it was in a huge armored vehicle that you could throw a hand grenade at or take a machine gun to, it wouldn't penetrate it. It was provided by someone who is in that world, who wants to protect us. And it was being driven by a former special forces guy who's part of that world. When he dropped me off from LAX to where I was staying, I mean, the thing was like being moved around in an armored vault. It was very funny, but it's like the Beast, what the president has moved in. Yeah. And he said, he just took my hand. He said, "Thank you, sir, for what you're doing on behalf of those of us stuck on the other side." It was very emotional. And so they know there are so many good people who got stuck in that system that need to have an exit ramp, right? So to all the people that, you know, I call them the moronic conspiracy theory people on the internet, the UFO world, everything is much more nuanced and subtle. And this is why all these grand conspiracy theories, and they're just always wrong, because it eliminates nuance. But nuance requires intelligence, which our society has completely been wrung out of.